everyone, welcome back on my channel Lesson Plan Corner. So today in this video we will see what is lesson plan, what is introduction, definition, principle, what are needs of lesson plan, and Herbartian approach we are also gonna see in this channel. So if you want me to make more BA related video, then please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Okay. So in this channel you will get all BA related video, as well as if you will comment me in the comment section below, I will provide you PDF also of each of my videos. Okay, all you have to do is you just have to comment me in the comment section and I will provide you the PDF of this lesson plan or whatever video I will share with you. Now let's see what is lesson plan. Here you can see format of lesson plan. Now let's see what exactly is lesson plan. We already have make many lesson plan in our channel for like maths, English, science, SST. You can check that. Please do not forget to check the description box also for all of the subject playlist there. You can check many lesson plan there. Okay. Now, what is lesson plan? So, lesson plan is a written format. It is a sample of how teacher will have to teach to students. When a teacher trainee is taking a training in any B.Ed school, in any B.Ed center, then they have to make format. It is a written format, and that is lesson plan. What lesson plan do is, lesson plan basically give all the objectives to teacher. Teacher has to like use many teaching aids, teaching methods and procedures while teaching to students. So basically lesson plan is a record of all these things. In lesson plan, teacher record all those specific objectives, whatever teaching method she is going to use. She also has to mention that in the lesson plan, whatever teaching aid she is going to use, or whatever home assignment she is going to give to students, or whatever her content would be, she has to write all those in her record, and that record or that written format is known as lesson plan. Okay, now let's see. Here you can see few definitions of lesson plan. According to Lester B. Stand, so what Lester B. Stand says, a lesson plan is actually a plan of action. So it therefore includes the working philosophy of the teacher, her knowledge of philosophy, her information about and understanding of her people, her comprehension of the objects of education, her knowledge of the material to be taught, and her ability to utilize effective method. So what is lesson plan? Basically it is a plan of action. Whatever action teacher is going to take when she teach to students, she has to plan all those things and she has to write all those things in her format. According to Bining and Bining, daily lesson plan involves defining the objectives, selecting and arranging the subject matter, and determining the method and procedure. Okay, so Bining and Bining says that what daily lesson plan is, teacher has to like arrange and select all the objectives, and she has to determine all those things, method and procedure in the lesson plan. Okay, according to Bossing, a lesson plan is an organized statement of general and specific goals together with the specific means by which these goals are to be attained by learner under the guidance of the teacher on a given day. So what Bossing says, that a lesson plan is actually a organized statement that teacher will give to students in the classroom at a given day. According to Carter V. Good, a lesson plan is teaching outline of the important points of lesson arranged in order in which they are to be presented. It may include objectives, points to be made, question to be asked, reference to material, assignment, etc. So Carter V. Good says that a lesson plan is basically an outline where teacher represent all the points that she is going to teach to students, all the question that she is going to ask, all the material that she is going to use, and assignment also. Okay, so now here let's see principles of lesson plan. First is principle of written lesson plan. So lesson plan is basically a written format. So there is two type of lesson plan, oral lesson plan and written lesson plan. But written lesson plan is much more effective than oral lesson plan, because if teacher makes any mistake, she can correct herself. Okay. Principles of aims and objectives. Principal or objectives are based on aim of subject. The next lesson planning depend on previous objective. Without aims and objectives, a lesson plan will be incomplete and unscientific and unclear. So in that lesson plan, teacher always use objectives. Okay, and next lesson plan is depend on whatever she already teach to students, so it goes continuously like that. Okay, so if teacher is not mentioning that without any proper aim or objective, lesson plan will never be complete. Principle of selection. Here selection means selecting the content from curriculum for class given by expert. A teacher can develop new interesting and suitable material for student on the basis of guidelines given in the curriculum. So teacher has to select the content from curriculum for class given by expert. Whatever has written on the curriculum, teacher has to go according with that. Okay, so teacher can make a new interesting or suitable material for students so that teaching can become effective. Principle of division. So a lesson plan should be divided in different parts so that aim of teaching and learning can be achieved. A topic can be subdivided further into subtopic. Okay, like we already make, whenever we make any lesson plan, what we do is we try to divide it in many parts. Okay, like for example, we make a lesson plan where first we explain the topic, that is presentation 1, and after that presentation 2. That way we are dividing our content into two different parts. Okay, principle of previous knowledge. One of the principle of educational psychology is that student can learn easily and effectively by linking new knowledge with previous knowledge. Okay, if students has a knowledge of something, like if first what teacher do is teacher try to know about what students already know. Suppose if teacher want to explain about types of noun, so first teacher will ask question related to noun. Okay, if a student is aware of noun, then only teacher can teach them types of noun. Otherwise there will be no use of just telling them types of noun if they are not even aware of the noun. Okay, so first what she do, she tried to know the previous knowledge of students, and then only she will continue to teach them about further knowledge. Okay, principle of method and technique. In lesson planning, technique and method used by teacher should be clear. So whatever techniques, whatever method teacher is going to use, it should be clear. It is possible only if teacher has good knowledge about various methods and teachings techniques. So there are many types of methods that teacher can use and many types of technique that teacher can use, but teacher will use only when she herself know about that. Okay, so she should be aware of many types of methods and teachings. Okay, techniques. Principle of aids resources. Like lesson plan, the use of audio visual aid should be clear. So like lesson plan, audio visual aid also should be clear. Teacher first has to be aware of whatever teaching, whatever audio visual aid she is going to use. Like for example, model, chart, map, PowerPoint, film, flashcard. First she has to decide, she has to prepare herself to teach before presenting it in front of students. Principle of activity. Lesson plan must indicates teacher activities along with expected students activities. It will ensure involvement participation of students. It is notable that expected students activity should be flexible because sometimes sometime in real classroom situation responses or behavior of students may differ to great extent. So principle of activity says that a teacher need to ensure involvement of participation of all the students, because sometimes what happens is real situation is totally different from what teacher expected. Okay, so that is why it should be little bit flexible also. Principle of presentation in lesson plan: presentation should be in proper order. In presentation, one step is linked with another step. In this method, teaching techniques are included in orderly way. So presentation should be in proper order, means presentation 1, presentation 2, like this we have to properly order all the presentation that we are going to teach to students. Principle of individual difference. What is principle of individual difference? All students are differ from each other, so teacher has to, while making lesson plan, teacher has to include all those situation that can happen. Like suppose if a student is there who is slow learner, and many types of students can be in a classroom, so while making a lesson plan, teacher needs to think all, needs to focus on all those things. Okay, principle of flexibility. Here flexible means during teaching process it should have space for change according to new. Suppose when teacher teaches in class, and sometimes what happens, she need to make some change in, like suppose in teaching method or teaching aid, whatever. So she needs changes. So what here, okay, so she needs changes, so it should be like flexible. Lesson plan should be flexible so that teacher can change it according to herself anytime. Okay, now need and importance of lesson planning. Clarity of objectives. So if teacher makes lesson plan, then what happens is all the doubts and all the things that is in her mind will be cleared, because she is basically practicing. She will practice all those things before presenting it to students. Direction to teacher efforts. Lesson plan help in giving direction to teachers, because it is basically a guide. It give guidance to teacher. Energy and time saving, because already lesson plan has include all the things that teacher is going to use, like all the teaching methods, all the techniques that teacher is going to use. She already mentioned that in the lesson plan, so it is energy and time saving also. Learner centered teaching. So it should be learner centered teaching. Whatever teacher is going to, whatever teaching it teacher is going to use, or whatever technique teacher is going to use, she has to make it according to the mental level of class of the students. Self confidence. So lesson plan also bring boost self confidence of the teacher. Provide motivation. It also motivate teacher. Okay, now here you can see mastery here, wait, mastery over the subject matter, because while making a lesson plan, teacher read all the content, all the subject materials, so she actually master all the subject matter. Helpful in effective presentation. So it help, means lesson plan basically help in effective teaching. If teacher is not using lesson plan, then what happens is teacher has to face many problems while teaching to students, because she will not be able to she will not be able to know what teaching aid she has to use, or what teaching method or technique she needs to use. So if she is making lesson plan, she already make idea or plan about all those things. homework. So here means while making lesson plan, teacher trainee also mention the homework that she is going to give to student. So this will also help teacher miss time. She gets time to think what or whatever homework she or whatever home assignment she has to give to students. Okay. So what is Harbarshan approach? You will see in next video. Okay. So we will meet in next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.